Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Who we missing? He would be.
where's Tony C?
Hey.
I knew I was missing somebody that was
Yeah,
hanging out in the back somewhere.
yeah.
Hey, people.
Hey, what's up,
Up.
Candy? What's up, MK? How y'all?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, I'm
Melissa,
excited.
what's
I
up?
can't wait. I'm
Oh,
excited. Oh,
What you so excited about?
man, this promo is lit. It's lit, y'all. Hey, I'm excited. But listen, I know this your thing. You gonna do your thing. We got a. Oh man, I
This
ain't
our
been able
thing.
to sleep at night. I ain't been able to sleep at night because we blessing some folks with this one right here. We blessing some folks, y'all. You hear me? Melissa, do your thing. I'm ready. Let me know what I need to do, Coach. Put me in, Coach.
I'm trying to keep talking. I'm trying to go over here on Facebook and pull it up over here so in case I have any comments that I can't see.
Okay, we have some difficulties. Our videographer lady, she a little rusty, but y'all forgive her. Okay, right,
That's
Pandy.
not what I asked you to do. I
Oh,
asked you to keep talking. I ain't said talk about me.
oh, okay. My bad.
Hey, Candy,
oh.
this
What's
why
up?
you haven't. This why you haven't seen us in 6 months because of that one right there.
He been traveling.
Yeah, I've been traveling a
Yeah,
little. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He been traveling. I've been seeing the adventures.
Oh yeah. Hey y'all, let's bless some folks, y'all. I can't wait. It's bubbling. It's sizzling in my spirit. I want to share. Come on, Melissa. I can't wait. I'm like Pookie from New Jack City. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm like
Go
Pookie.
for it. Get it.
Huh?
Go for it.
No,
Go
no, do your thing. Do your thing, Coach. I'm gonna wait.
around here trying to rush me, and then I'm gonna wait. Okay, okay. I guess I'm just good as it gonna be. I ain't kick myself out there.
No.
You still here?
Well, on my stream yard in front of me that I'm operating out of, I don't see it. Maybe it's coming. So hey y'all, this is Melissa King. I am here tonight, or Melissa, the gift that keeps on giving. Uh, I am here tonight with my business associates. To my, I ain't good with left and right. On the side of me is Pandy here, of Pandy's Hair
Hey.
Care and More. And below us down here is the professor, Tony Clopton. And we are here tonight to talk to you guys about, well, I was going to say one thing and one thing only. But, okay, one thing would be finances, but we want to talk to you about this holiday promo that we're having and how we can help you start improving your credit. I said I was gonna change it. I'm always saying fix your credit. Everybody don't have bad credit. Some people got decent credit, but they still want to maximize their number. So I'm gonna quit saying fix your credit. We're here to maximize your credit potential. How about that?
Right.
So my stream y'all still ain't coming up here, y'all. So I guess I'm still here. I can't go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the try again. Something went wrong. You missed it. So, as I said, over here too, on the side of me, I have Pandy, YouTuber, Pandy's Hair Candy and More, the Simply Pandy Show. She is always putting out good stuff. Um, like tell us about some of the YouTube that you put out, Pandy, just as an intro to let them know who you are.
Okay, for sure. So thank you for the invitation on tonight, Melissa. Tony, it's always a pleasure to be with you guys. So I have a couple of channels here on YouTube. My main channel is Pandy's Hair Candy and More. On that channel, I pretty much talk about my love of hair, both my natural hair care journey, because I transitioned from the relaxer back to my natural. And then I love wigs. I'm a former licensed cosmetologist, former beauty salon owner. So I just love all things hair, beauty, self care, wellness, motivation. And I am a mother, a grandmother, a wife. So I like to pour into people. I like to share information. And I work in healthcare now. So I kind of incorporate all of that into that channel. But since I joined my econ, I also try to incorporate this business into the channel as well. Now, I have also created another channel, which is going to be primarily my entrepreneurial channel, and it's called Making Money Moves with Pandy, which
Okay.
is also the name of the website. I have my own personal website as well as my econ website. All of that is under the Making Money Moves with Pandy. That is me, because we gonna make these money moves.
That's right.
But yeah, in a nutshell, that is me. I be her.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Clocker.
Okay. Well, my little introduction ain't gonna be that long. Just a regular dude. Go to work every day. Grinding. I'm on all social media platforms. Facebook, YouTube, um, TikTok, and I'm trying to get some dance moves. Try to encourage people, inspire people with a message because we can easily be entertained out of our money. So I definitely want to start educating as well. We share a lot of financial wisdom in our platform. So sometimes it ain't always about dancing and singing. Every now and then we like to mix it up to keep you guys entertained, but we also want to educate you guys on how you can make some powerful money moves with the strategies that we're going to share with you guys tonight.
Yes.
Okay. And like I said, I am Melissa King. I was introduced to this financial business by Professor Clocker down there. He is and he make me say this, y'all. He is my financial guru. So I go to him before I make any money moves because he keep me in line. This and the other. So right now we are extremely excited. It's the end of the year, 2022. Is it just me, or did 2022 fly by like that?
So fast.
Too fast.
I was telling my daughter, I don't think it's 60 seconds in a minute no more. I think they only doing 45 seconds. The time goes by too fast.
It is.
Way
Literally.
too fast.
Look, I'm talking to her and asking her when she getting out for the Christmas holiday. She's like, Mom, next week is our last week. I'm like, what? Are you serious? So with that in mind, we always promote, and around New Year's, I hate resolutions because to me, resolution just means something you're going to do for a little while and you're going to stop. That's what it's always been for me. So I try not to call them resolutions, but, around the New Year, we're always trying to, decide what positive changes we're going to make, what we're going to do a little bit differently than we did last year, try to set some goals for the upcoming year. So our company, with that in mind, knowing people have that mindset this time of year, we usually do some type of holiday promo. Well, if you were paying attention, for the late what was for like maybe 7 days or 10 days, we did like the promo where you could get started for free. Now I asked my people that follow me not to get upset with me because I didn't tell them about it until like 3 days before it was over, but I did tell you about it.
That's
So
right.
even though you missed out on the free, right now for under $10 for $9.95, you can get started and having your own home-based business like the three of us have done. I myself started back in 2015. November the 17th was 7 years for me doing this business. So, and what made me get involved was, I was a person I had a job. I did not have a lot of tax deductions. My income was fairly, it was fairly high. So of course, the more you make, the more they take. And if they don't take enough, then you get to a point where when you get your taxes done, you end up owing. So, that's what I was struggling with because I did not own property or anything. I had one child, but she was at an age where I couldn't do like the whatever you call it when you can claim your daycare and stuff. She was getting ready to start public school. So like my deduction ride was over. It's like, okay, we ain't got nothing left for you, So I'm right here working and having them take. Not only was I not claiming any deductions or anything like that, I was having them to take an additional $50 a pay period out of my check just to prevent me from owing at the end of the year. And the biggest problem I find, now Facebook users, I see some of y'all coming on saying hello. Please forgive me, my computer is not doing right for me to be able to in Facebook to see exactly who you are. But if you type your name in there, then I can give you a specific hello. But hello to Facebook, this Facebook user, and we had another one that came on a few minutes ago. I don't want y'all to think we don't appreciate you being here. I just can't see what you really are. But anyway, so what I was saying, I was to a point where I really needed to figure out a way to stop giving away so much of my money that I was working for and still having to Uncle Sam, because it just wasn't fair to me. I'm like, so then, I start, I'm on Facebook, I'm on social media, I see different stuff. And who do I see but my home team, Tony Clopton. He's on Facebook. He's, coming on and he's sharing and he's letting us know that 1 week I did this, 1 week I paid that off, and then this. And I'm like, okay, let's see how long these posts gonna keep coming. People quick to join stuff. You hear about it for 5 or 6 months, and you don't hear anything else about it. So I'm just like, well, okay, I'm gonna see where this goes. So I gave it about 5 or 6 months, and then curiosity really just got the best of me, and I was like, look, I hit him up and I said, you've been talking about some things that sound like what I was going through, and it seemed like that whatever you're doing is working. So all I want you to tell me is I don't need no long sales pitch. I'm not gonna watch no videos. None of that. Tell me in 5 minutes what this can do for me. Go. And instead of him stuttering and tumbling over, he just came right out and he was like, "Good. If you're in a place where you're in a higher income tax bracket, they're gonna take more taxes. What you need to do is to be able to get a home-based business and learn how to turn those into deductions." He talked to me about improving my credit score. He talked to me about all kinds of, eliminating debt and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, So joined up back in 2015, and sure enough, everything that he told me about, when I went in and read it and applied it, I was able to do. So I was able to, I had some credit card debt that was kind of hanging over me. I was able to pay all of that off. So once I was able to pay that off, that freed up money to put into other things. And I ended up paying my car off a whole year early. I learned about an emergency fund because I did not have an emergency fund. My emergency fund was Queen and Willie King, who would be my parents. So I learned why it was important to have an emergency fund, how much of an emergency fund I should have, and how everything works. Because the biggest thing for me is I had no idea how taxes work. I didn't realize, like, I didn't know how they came up with how much money you were gonna get back or how much you were gonna owe. I thought that was like top secret, like if they tell you they have to kill you type information. So after joining it, I found the biggest eye-opening thing is when they told me, that tax refund you get or you don't get, that's just your money. I'm like, what? And a lot of times, I know I didn't got past it now. I don't care whether you think I'm dumb or not. It's like if I don't know something or I'm confused on something, in the past, a lot of times I would like not say anything about it because I'm like, I don't want to look dumb. Now I don't care about looking dumb because looking dumb 5 minutes over here versus 5 years down the line making the same mistake over and over again, I can live with looking dumb for 5 minutes. So I guess to sum all that up, since 2015, I've been able to improve my credit score. The highest it got was 837. 850 is the limit. Now, I've been scared to go back on there and check it lately to see if I'm still maintaining. I haven't really done anything different though, so it should still be where it is. But I started off from a very low score when there was something else I didn't know about. I think I did a video the other day where I was saying, back in my 20s, and when I was living in South Carolina, I went to go buy a car and they ran my credit and they was like, well, ma'am, your credit score is 591. I'm sitting there grinning like, out of what? 600? What? Okay, I'm doing something. I use the cash test. I make high scores. I ain't make no high credit score. It was like 591 out of 850. I was like, oh, okay. So, I was able to learn how that is calculated, because there's so many misconceptions about credit. People think, and Tony and I have talked about this before, your parent, a lot of times our parents didn't know how to teach us about credit because they didn't know everything about credit. The only thing they could tell you is, look, go to work, pay your bills on time. That was it. That was the extent of your credit lesson. So I went to work. I didn't pay my bills on time though. And then once I got to a point where I was ready to fix it, I didn't know how to fix it. So that's why my credit system that we've been promoting is so important because I didn't know how to do it. So I was able to sit down step by step and learn what I need to do to fix it and how not to get myself in that mess again. Because that's the most important thing. A lot of people will pay somebody $500-$600 to fix their credit, get them out of the hole, they're good. But what they're not thinking about is you didn't really learn anything because you didn't fix it. So unless whoever fixed it for you, which I doubt they did, sat down and went line by line and told you what they did, what you were doing wrong. People, they just give you the results because they're looking at, okay, she'll be back. And by 2-3 years, she'll be back because I fixed it this time and she'll come back and it's repeat business. But really, that shouldn't be repeat business. You should be able to fix it. And, I know life has unforeseen circumstances and everything. So I'm not going to say everybody's credit is going to be perfect, but like the stupid mistake, now we should have learned, how not to do some of that stuff. So I'm not going to monopolize this conversation. Tony, y'all jump in.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm going to say this. What drew me into this company is I was that girl who, back in my early 20s, I was out here spending it, flossing it, swiping it, so I wasn't the most responsible with my credit, right? So you fast forward to the 40s, and I'm playing catch up. I'm sitting around here like, man, how I wish somebody would have told me back in the day that my credit was going to be so vital, to my future. Because now I got to go back and clean up all this stuff, right? And I would say in my late 30s, I had went through these people. They told me they was credit repair specialists, right? And so I paid them all this money. I had even been down the bankruptcy route. I mean, I had been there, did that, done it. So I was like, okay, well, let me work with these people. Okay, sure enough, they got my credit clean,
Mhm.
allegedly, right? I was even able to buy my first home. That was back in like 2006. But within a year or so of being in there, first of all, in my first home, but I had a outrageous adjustable rate mortgage,
Ooh.
okay, with an extremely high interest rate. But because I didn't have the education or the knowledge behind me to really fully understand what I was signing myself up for, I was just getting in over my head. So I say all that to say I've been down that road. I am a
Mhm.
regular smegular girl, just like Tony said, he's a regular guy. So I can relate to pretty much anyone out there who's ever had this type of situation occur. And so when I went there and I spent all that money with these people, and then I found myself back having to face it again, there was absolutely no way that I was going to go pay them again or another firm for that matter. So when I happened to stumble across the presentation that you guys were doing, I was so familiar with what worked, what was ethical, what was going to be a realistic approach. And
Mhm.
it just made sense to me the way it was laid out. I was like, okay, yes, they are teaching you to DIY this stuff yourself. Because the whole reason why I was unable to go back and dispute stuff before was because I had no idea what these people had done. I had no idea what type of arrangements were made on my behalf, none of that. But with this system, for that little minuscule amount of money that you're paying out every month, you are able to go in there and get the knowledge and the education, and you're putting your hands and eyes on it yourself. The templates are awesome. All you do is go in there already auto filled. You just go in there and put your personal information in, and they literally walk you through the process on how to disperse it out to the proper people. They let you know the timeline in which you should be receiving a response. I mean, the modules are A1. I would highly recommend it because it so helped me with getting, I got a few things to fall off immediately. My score jumped up. And then, as a sidebar note, the step one in the door of correcting your W 2 or your W 4. I mean, put money back into my pocket
Mhm.
immediately from the gate. So that was just like I was able to breathe, instantaneous money. And then I like to talk. So I find that just casual conversation with people, if you find that you're able to talk with people and just be realistic with people, the average person is going through something similar, if not worse, than what you're going through, and they're happy to hear the information. So I find it very easy to strike up the conversation and share and let people know what it is. And I don't feel like I'm pushing it down their throat. It's something that you need. And if it applies and you feel like it'll be beneficial, pick it up, take it up, look into it, and hit me up later and we can make it happen. If
Right.
not, I just keep it moving. But I will tell you, it is definitely an awesome, amazing service, the My Credit System. And it's a great business opportunity for you. The education alone. And we're just talking the credit piece. So I can go on and on, y'all. But that was my experience.
That's awesome. And you were like, she is the most recent person that I know that's gone through the my credit system. Because like I said, I started a ways back. You started what,
Mhm.
maybe a year and a half?
I think it's been about a year and a half, and I'm actually still working on it diligently.
Mhm.
Like, I'm still working on little minor things. Like
Gotcha.
some of the stuff, like I had like some medical collections that I
Mm.
was able to get removed. I had a couple of charge offs that I had tried to dispute myself over the years. I put stuff in writing to the credit bureaus that nothing would make these things go away. Those things have fallen off my credit report.
Okay.
So I'm like, look, my credit score has gone up, and I've even been able to, get an increase on one of my credit cards, and I'm doing quite well with it because I now know, even though they've given me the more money, don't mean I need to spend it and max it out. So, understanding my debt to income ratio. And
Yeah,
I owe it to the system in the back because there's training back there for you. So
see,
I love it. I highly recommend it.
that's what I'm talking about. She pulling out the big debt to
I'm telling you,
income ratio.
I'm still working it. I'm still working the system. I don't feel like I've completed it.
So what would you say was the biggest thing you learned from using the system? Like the most unexpected, like I didn't know that. Wow. Your aha.
Uh the fact that I could avoid, not necessarily avoid, but I don't have to own up to the debt when these people are calling and harassing me. I don't have to say anything. I can totally disregard you and allow the necessary legal time frame to pass and then go ahead and move forward with my dispute. And I've done that in a couple of instances, and it's been perfectly legal, and stuff has fallen off my credit report that I have been trying to get off for years.
Right.
So that was surprising to me.
I think my biggest surprise, well, I think my biggest misconception was that the only thing you had to do was just pay everything off and your credit would be A1. I didn't realize that credit was divided up into 5 different areas. So that was new to me. Like, I'm thinking it's like just black and white, but it's not black and white. It's like a combination of things that leads to your credit score going up or down. So that was what was mind blowing for me. I was like, oh, I thought, because when I've been turned down for stuff before, that's the first thing I go to. Well, I've been paying everything on time, like,
Right.
why are y'all not approving me? Because I done got turned down by the best and the worst.
Exactly. It's the trade lines because you don't really understand that. I would say when you're younger, how you would think, yes, like you said, pay everything off and not have any open lines of credit, but it's actually a balance of things that you need to have. And I feel like we get that back office.
Exactly.
And with the presentations and different guest speakers, I like to attend the Super Saturday trainings. Oftentimes I can't come when they're live, but I will watch the replay. I feel like those are so powerful and so inspiring because it allows you to see other people that are just normal, regular people just like us. And they've been in our position and they've been in predicaments where, they didn't know where the next thing was going to come from. And now they're out here 6-figure earners and they're doing my econ. And, they took it and they applied it to their own personal life. And then they started sharing the opportunity online. And with this technology and the fact that everything is pretty much virtual, it's so easily accessible. One would be foolish to not take advantage of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, look, Tony look like he about to bust down there. Tony, what you got now?
I'm just overjoyed to just hear what y'all saying, because I'm gonna tell y'all, I've already envisioned myself on somebody's stage just crying about where I came from. So let me drop the backdrop for me. 24 years in the auto industry. 2008 was my wake up moment, finding myself in almost $700,000 in debt, right?
Ooh.
That's a lot of money. I understand bankruptcy, foreclosure, voluntary repossession, but check it. Listen, y'all, when I found out about the W-4 adjustments, how you should not overpay your taxes, that could have been a $1,000 that I could have brought back in my household to keep me out of bankruptcy. I did not understand that I could use somebody else's credit other than my own cash. Now I understand. Look, sometimes we go through stuff to learn better. And
Right.
I'm telling y'all, these stories that y'all hearing right now, and I know it's a lot of people going through the same thing. If I can tell you anything, look at the strategies that we use in this awesome company called MyEcon, income shifting. Don't overpay your taxes, right? You can fix, repair, and monitor and maximize your own credit with a system. See, most people don't know a system is what got most of us in trouble. It's going to take a system that we have to get you out of it.
Mhm.
So if you don't understand, don't overcomplicate a $10 investment because we know it works.
Mhm.
Now, it's not about the cost. We've offered free. We're offering a $9.95 opportunity for you to learn it for yourself. One of the founders said, it's like a haircut. You got to be there. You got to be there to get it. We can't give it to you. You got to be there to get this information. So I would say if you got issues with credit, if you got issues with paying off debt, investing, and trying to create an emergency fund, or just need some savings, some tax savings, you need to look at this platform and just do it.
Right.
Don't say $10 too much, or don't say $10 is not enough. It's really about you plugging into the system and let the system educate you on your own time. That's all I got. I'm overjoyed, but take advantage of this situation, that this system that we have, because it's the system that's going to help you get in a better situation.
That's true. Now that I can see over in Facebook, let me just shout out. Thank you to, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Basu Vanetta Robinson. She's hanging out with us. Melinda Coleman. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Katisha. I can't see the last name. I'm sorry, Katisha, but thank you
Hey,
so
Katisha.
much for Katisha Foreman. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And hopefully we've said something that's been helpful. So for $9.95, if somebody's out there thinking for $9.95, what am I getting? What are they getting?
I would say it's a complete financial system in a box. I would definitely say the credit repair, the do-it-yourself credit repair system is probably the one of the best products we have right now, because look, the holidays are here. We know people floating those credit cards out there. They swiping left and right, but you're also damaging your credit lines, your credit limits. We know you're going to lose. But if you guys really need to understand how credit works, we have the credit repair system that can help you truly understand how to maximize and get that score back up after the holidays. I would say also the travel. I use it myself. We also are offering a discount on our travel membership that's connected with this business as well. Everybody's traveling for the holidays. Look, you can go to your auntie and uncle's house, a party breakout, talk to them about your business, and write off your lifestyle. That's what our business is. It teaches you how to become a business owner with these services that we are offering that's going to help you build your finances. So I would say take advantage of the credit repair and the travel membership that we have for a limited time only of $9.95.
Okay. Should I do have the system pulled up just to kind of share and let them see, not like detail for detail, but just to get an idea of what the different steps look like. So I'm going to attempt, like I said, string out that been acting a butt with me on my desktop. But I'm going to attempt to share my screen.
Okay.
Let's see if this works. Well, okay, something happened. Okay, share screen. All right. Let's see this thing. Okay. Are y'all seeing it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
What you trying to share?
I was sharing the my credit system just to let them kind of get an idea from the back office.
I have it on my side as well. If you can't bring yours up,
Okay.
let
Because
me.
if y'all not seeing nothing, I don't think it's working.
See if look in the back and see if you see it down there where I got it.
Okay, hold on.
You see it down there by my picture?
Girl, I can't even get I'm waiting on StreamYard to come back. I'm looking at a white screen.
Oh wow.
Okay. I got it back there. You just got to accept it.
Okay. Come on, StreamYard.
Come on, StreamYard.
Right.
Be embarrassing me in front of company and stuff.
You know, that's how it works.
They showing out.
Showing out. These people want to know about this credit stuff, man. And you playing.
You might got to exit out the studio and come back in.
Yeah, I think I might have to. Because it ain't. Okay. Let's see what happens this time. To the studio. Okay. All right. So,
Technology is not our friend, is it?
it
Okay, we got
definitely-
something. Okay.
All right. All right.
So do you got to move it or do I got to move it?
Trying to see what happens. I don't know if I can.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All right. So I guess I'm doing the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do the talking and I'll slide it.
Look, I thought when you were providing the slides, you was gonna slide on it in.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, y'all. So this is so right here is just giving you some quick facts about credit. 6 to 8 million people have bad credit. I was one of them for a long time. Come on over to the other side, y'all. 40 million more have an error. Credit reports are not perfect. They got errors. That's another reason why you need to print them and look at them. Because I did a story time a while back about when I was getting ready to go apartment hunting, and I caught myself at the last minute gonna pull up my credit and saw all this stuff on here that did not belong to me. I mean, I had did enough bad stuff by myself. I ain't need no help with nobody else stuff. So that's another reason you want to check your credit, because it's a lot of errors on there. Okay, it says there are it's a $3 billion industry, or in 2018 it was. 79% who disputed errors were successful in removing. That's almost all of them. 79%.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
high.
Right.
Yeah, so that just lets you know it was a lot of stuff that was being overlooked, or people didn't realize that they had on there. There was a quick and easy fix, or I won't say easy, but it was fixable, and they could take off. So I mean, I like them odds.
Me
Okay.
too.
And then the last one, even little children in the street can tell you everybody needs good credit.
Exactly.
That's self-explanatory, because I feel like credit sometimes is the way people, they try to set you apart and exclude you from things.
Right.
Because I always felt like, okay, I go to work every day. Yeah, I miss paying some stuff, But why does that have to exclude me from having fun like everybody else? Don't pop me on the wrist because I missed a few payments. But that's basically what it does. It excludes you from things that you deserve just as well as the next person. So here we're looking at credit scores. What is a good score? So the best credit is going to fall between 800 and 850. Now, excellent is considered anything from 750 to 799. Good credit, 700 to 749. Fair credit, 650 to 699. Poor credit, 600 to 649. And as I was in with that 591, bad credit is from 300 to 599. So, somebody here putting some prep in my face.
Melissa,
I'm trying to take it out.
okay.
Block. See, the devil come through when you get on the road. I want to throw some mess up in your
You know,
we ain't trying to find no hot girls. We trying to find some good credit. We down here with foolishness. But anyway, while I'm taking those people out, let's see next. I don't want to put you in timeout. I'm trying to get rid of you.
okay.
Right, you trying to get rid of it.
Timeout. Get from around here. The other folks said, get from around here with that man. We talking about stuff. Okay, so next we're looking at the whole score. Now this is the part that I was talking about that I did not realize. I didn't realize. I thought payment history was all I needed to focus on. You know, as long as I was paying everything and paying it off, and within 30 days, my score should be an 850. Well, that's not how it works. Credit is divided up into 5 categories.
Right.
You have payment history, but you can get a total of 192.5 points for it, depending on how your payment history has been. You have credit utilization. You get a total of 165 points for that. Credit history, 82.5 is the max points you can get for that. New credit, 55 points, and credit mix, 55 points. So all of these mean something different, but all of these things combined together is what creates your score. So it's like the way it's divided out, just because you do high on one part and you may do poorly on another part, well, your score is not going to be 850 because you won't get those total max points. Like, for example, when I look at credit history, and this is something that people, like a lot of young people, have to deal with. They just got out of school. They didn't go and get a bunch of credit cards and everything. They did the right things, and they paid for everything with cash. So now they're ready to start using their credit, but they don't have credit history. They've never had credit. They paid everything cash. And, you know, although that's a smart thing compared to them dummies like me that was over there applying for every card they had and getting them, and I was working at Taco Bell and couldn't pay the fee. They over here in that category with me, and they did the right thing, you know. But that portion of it, you know, they and then that excludes them from payment history as well. Because if you've never had any credit, you don't have a payment history. They can't look back and see how you did on paying this off because you never had anything pay off. So things like that can be issues. So then they make recommendations for, like, if you're a new credit person and you don't have a credit history, start off with something small. Like maybe I know back in the day, it used to be we would go to Freedman's and get that herringbone gold chain. That was my first credit. I went over to Freedman's Jeweler and financed that gold chain. I was paying them that $24 a month until I paid that joke off. But that established credit. I paid them every month on time. So sometimes you have to start off with the smaller stuff before people will take a chance on you with the bigger stuff. Because just like the people who went in there and screwed up with credit, they're also looking at the person that has no credit like, well, we don't know what you're going to do when we give you some money. You ain't never had none. So they're like, I'll give you about 300, see what you do with that. Right. Okay, so next we're looking at payment history. So for payment history, it gives you 4 letters. that you can use to resolve issues. There's a debt validation letter, a method of verification letter, violation of FCRA rights, and intent to litigate. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I can tell you what all those letters mean. But the whole purpose of the kit is it breaks it down and explains it to you. So I don't have to know. You have to know, and you're gonna learn it when you read it. And you'll know, you'll be able to look at your credit report and see which letters you need to apply for whatever that situation is. So that takes care of that. Next, we rolling there, boy. Credit utilization. Okay. There's a lot of things. Solution is like part of this cover part of it. Okay. Debt elimination, increased credit limit, new credit. Solutions 1 pays down revolving debt. Solution 2 and 3 lowers credit utilization by increasing credit limit. So basically, credit utilization is like how much of your credit that you use. Like, if you have 5 cards and all of those cards are maxed out, then you've used it a lot. And you don't really have a lot of leeway room. But let's say you pay 2 of them down to where you don't owe anything on those anymore, and you still got 3 that you have a balance on. That's how much you're utilizing your credit. If you're in a position, and I've done this before, your credit may be fine, and you may not even be maxing it out. But in order to make it look better from a credit standpoint, I've gone in and asked them to raise my credit limit. So they took it from, like, say, $10,000 to $12,000. Those extra $2,000 is giving me a higher, more leeway. So where I owed maybe $300 on $10,000 or $1,000, I don't even know. My mind won't even go to numbers that big. Where I owed $300 on $1,000, let's do it. Now I owe $300 on, let's say, $3,000. So, the percentage of how much you owe versus how much you have to play around with has been stretched out because you increased your limit. There's also new credit. Now, something I learned with new credit that I didn't think about until I got checked my score recently. And it honestly didn't hit me because, when you look at the credit, they look at what is your oldest, thing on your credit report. So, it may be an account that I opened back after college, and I've kept that going. Well, they also look at how much new credit you have. And if you have a lot of it, sometimes that isn't good. So I was in, I want to say over the summer, or maybe it was the first of the year, I was in the mall, and you know how they'll get you to sign up for this, you'll get this % off if you sign up for it. And, you're trying to help the person out because they got a quota. They want to try to show that they did get somebody to do it. Well, what I didn't realize until I got a notification that my credit score had gone down a point, and it was because I had a new credit on there. And it's like, that messed with my, how long I've had, credit thing. And I was like, darn it, I didn't even think about that. So it's like little things like that you don't think about because, of course, when people are trying to get, it's not going to affect your credit, or it's going to be a soft, what do they call it, a soft review or something like that.
Soft pull.
Yeah.
But it can affect it in other ways. I mean, it may not necessarily be a negative thing, but every point counts. So I'm like, I don't even use that darn card. And I added that on, and that caused it to go down, my credit, limit, my score to go down for a card that I don't even use. So, you live and you learn. But anyway, that's credit utilization. What we got next, Sandy?
Credit history.
Credit history. Okay. Solution authorized user. Now, authorized user is something that I have done for my child. It says find a relative or friend with a credit card with good history. Ask to be added to their account as an authorized user. The card owner does not have to give you a card. You will inherit their payment history. So basically, this one is kind of like, and I don't know how y'all family and friends are, Cause folks ain't quick to do this for you. But
No, that's right.
what I have done for my daughter, because my daughter is now 12, and because I want her, like we were saying before, you get out of college, you've done everything right, but you don't have a credit history. So to keep that from being the case, I added her on a couple of years ago as an authorized user on my credit cards. Of course, she doesn't have access to the cards, but because I'm using the cards and I pay them on time and she's an authorized user, she benefits from my benefits. So my good credit is in a way being shared with her, even though she's not making the purchasing. She's associated with the account. So just like if I turn around and lose my mind and stop paying it, I then also take her credit. So it works both ways now. So it's like as long as my credit is good, she's gonna reap the benefits. But just like that, on the opposite side, if I start being irresponsible, she also will inherit that bad credit as well. So, and then if somebody does this for you, or if you do this for somebody, it's important to remember, you don't have to give them the card. If you are the one that's making them an authorized user, you go ahead and add them on. They're going to send them a card out with the same card number. You keep that. Don't give it to that person. Because that defeats the purpose. If they were good with a card, they wouldn't have to be authorized user on yours. So, something to think about. So that's a way that you can help with your credit history. What we got next?
My bad. All right.
New credit. Okay. And trade lines, department store cards, like I was just talking about. Secured credit cards, rental history, credit builder loan. Credit builder loan helps you build your credit and emergency fund simultaneously. Okay, so as far as the credit builder loans, now this is something that I did a couple of years ago as well. What I realized after I paid off my car, because that was something else I didn't realize. I thought once I paid my car off, then my credit score was gonna go up because I paid it off. But what I didn't realize is, and I'm sure that's coming up on one of the next slides, that there's two types of credit that they look at when they're looking at your score. There's the credit like with the credit cards and everything, and then there's also credit as far as like mortgage or a car note, long-term things that you're working to pay off. So because I didn't have the car note anymore, I went to my bank and got a credit builder loan, which is where like I asked them to let me borrow, let's say $5,000, and then they set it up for me to pay them back. I did not use this money for anything. I set it aside and I just gave them their $5,000 back in payment. So that basically was helpful to me because it was showing that I could get a lump sum, borrow that money and be responsible enough to pay it back. So that did increase my credit score just by doing it. So if you have if your institution is willing to give you a loan like that and you can pay it back, like they said, that can be an emergency fund for you. You got money over there that you just got sitting there that you're going to pay back, but at the same time, if an emergency does come up, hey, you got the fund. So that's an option if you have the credit and are able to get that rental history. I remember back in the day they didn't count like rental history and stuff, but now you can use things like it's certain things like I forget what they call it, credit boosters, I think, where they can look at your rental history. They can look at like your power bill, I think cell phone bill, things like that used to not count towards credit, but things that you pay on time every month. You can add those things on as a credit booster, and that will improve your score as well. Okay, credit mixture. This is what I was talking about before. That's for credit mixture includes revolving debt and installment debt. Now, it says once you complete the first 4 credit scoring factors, you will have a credit mixture. 3 active revolving and 1 installment is an ideal mixture. So installment is going to be like when you're working to your mortgage, your car note, something that you are paying on it with a goal to pay it off. Revolving debt is more like credit cards where you might use it this month, you may not use it next month, you're steadily paying on it but it's not like the installment one where you're, making a huge purchase, a big purchase. So if you're at a point where you do not have any installment debt, that is when you would think about maybe doing that loan, the credit builder loan from the bank, just to give you something to pay off, or I don't know, doing something where you can finance it. Like I remember a few years back, I went and did got new mattresses for all the rooms in the house. These days mattresses are expensive, so I did those and financed them through the store. So that in turn turned into an installment debt that I paid on until I paid it off. So, there are things you can do to improve it that don't require you going out and buying a house and buying a car, if that's not what you're ready to do right now. But this offers you solutions that you may not have thought about or know anything about that can be helpful. So with this do-it-yourself kit, you will get the do-it-yourself videos, and these are not lengthy, long, monotone, drawn-out videos. These are usually quick videos where they get to the point and they answer whatever questions you have, and you can break it up into how often you listen to them. Like when you got started, did you set aside a certain time a day, or how did you go about getting through the listening to the videos and the modules?
Well, for me, I think I was doing like once a week, one day a week.
Right. And they were
maybe for about an hour, I would get through a couple.
Mm-hmm. And see, and that's the good thing about it, because with it being a video, I can't speak for everybody. I read for a living and I hate reading.
Yeah.
I would rather watch a video anytime where I can start it and stop it, where I need to, versus sitting down reading a bunch of stuff.
Words. Right.
So then it's got automated dispute letter writer, reestablished credit sources, $9.95 one time for 12-month access. So that $99.95 that you are just buying the credit repair alone. What we're offering right now for $9.95 is the whole kit caboodle. You get the whole business, where you get our other things we offer. And once you become a business, get involved in the business, this just comes with the business. Like, it's part of the package deal. So that $99.95 if you are only interested in purchasing that part. But, financially it makes more sense to, get the entire membership, get the whole enchilada. Don't just get the taco, ain't nothing in it but the meat. Get you some lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, salsa, all of this stuff. Guacamole, you can get it all. Okay. Earning potential. It says enroll as an EVP and earn income selling the My Credit system. So this is a product, like I said, that we sell by itself, or if you get the membership, it comes with the membership. But then you personally, like Pandy might have got this, went through it and was like, shoot, this ain't nothing. I could have been doing this, and then she might come across a family member or something, and she told them her experience, and they want to buy the product. Well, another option would be, she's so good at it now. I'm gonna start. I'll do it for you. We know that ain't the best idea, but you have some people that will tell you, look, I don't want to do it myself. I would rather pay somebody to do it. So if that's the case, now you have the tools where you can start your own business as somebody that repairs credit, if that's something you choose to do. So you have earning potential there, whether it's just from fixing your own, selling it to other people so that they can fix their own, or becoming a credit repair specialist yourself. So you can have streams of income coming 3 different ways just from one kit. So it says build a marketing team and earn override commissions and residential commissions. Earn $49 on a personal My Credit system. So if you are selling just the system for $9.95, $49 of that is going to be your commission. So it's like you get half. So, and it says earn up to $76 on personal membership fee. So all of that gets more into the what do you call it? The commission and stuff. What do you call it? There's a name they call it. But anyway, that goes into like when you're actually looking into doing it for profit over there. I forget what that's called. Obviously, I'm not running here making no huge profit. If I can't think of what it's called. But for me personally, it was more of a benefit for me personally versus, trying to be a salesperson. I was trying to give it to myself, it's my own free. So, and that's what this is all about. So that was a little brief tour of the My Credit System. Thank you, Penny, for helping me out since my raggedy computer didn't want to do right.
Right.
I appreciate you jumping in.
No problem.
So we've been on for an hour, y'all. So we might as well get ready to let them go. Y'all got any final last words, call to action? Let it rip. I feel like I've been talking too much, so y'all talk.
Well, hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna let Panda end it, but right now I have about 3 coupons for $9.95 that the first 3 people that say, "Hey, I want it," do it in a comment. Let us know that you're ready to get started, and we'll definitely send you guys the coupon to start for free enrollment to get you started before the holiday promo ends. So the first 3 people, let me know, hit me with "I want it," and we'll send you the information.
Look at Santa Tony.
Okay, that's what's up.
Right here trying to help people out. All right, y'all. Y'all hope y'all jump on it. Tony is saying the first 3 people that typed it in the comment, he is going to give you your $9.95. So you basically starting for free.
Okay, free 99.
That's
Free
right.
99.
Come on in. So this was really good. This was a great presentation. I feel like we just came out here and shared our own personal experience, our own personal testimony with, and it was unique in our own way. And honestly, if you are in a position where you want to work on certain things with your credit, or you feel like you may need to make some improvements, maybe your credit's not even bad, but you want to learn some strategies on how you can, tighten things up and get to the next level, you can't really pass up $9.95 to get started. Honestly, I highly recommend, especially if you're in business for yourself or if you are on social media anyway. This is as simple as creating a short and throwing it in the middle of your live or your premiere as a commercial and educating your community and possibly putting money back into your pocket.
Exactly.
Honestly.
That's good.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking like I'm about to make my own little commercials.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you see me and Tony get inspired.
Okay. Yes.
And get the activity. But it's all in fun. I mean, that's the fun side of it too.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I had an opportunity to use it because I put it on my laptop, but I hadn't been using it in my lives.
That's great.
So good. I'm glad you was able to do it, Melissa, because you gave it so much perspective.
Yeah.
Versus me, I would have just been reading it and not putting my own personal story with it.
Right. That's good.
Well, I always like hearing people's testimonies because it's more relatable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You don't realize how many people have gone through the same thing you're going through.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Thanks for hopping on. All right, y'all. This is a limited time offer now. If you're ready to get started, if you're serious, you're ready to put that work in, and go ahead and make 2023 your year credit wise. Don't just sit on it. Don't hit the thing up. And Tony ain't gonna be giving stuff away for free too long. So first 3 people put something in there. He's gonna give you the $9.95 to get started. All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank y'all for joining us. We will see you next time. Let me see if I can get us.
All right.
StreamYard might not want to let me go.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, Tony left.
Did he?
I think he did.